Welcome back to Cypress Sports Weekly. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. We're going to break down all the sports here at Cypress, give you some information, some good stuff. Today, we'll also welcome two wrestlers headed to the state tournament, Vida, Beckel and Emarie, Bolosan. But let's get an update first on what's been happening around campus.
All right, CIF Sports. Last Wednesday was potentially an awesome day for our girls' sports, especially in CIF playoffs. Girls basketball, girls soccer, girls water polo, we're all playing. Water polo was in the semifinals, basketball and soccer in the second round. And unfortunately for the Centurions, they all went down on Wednesday. Girls basketball lost at a buzzer beater, 66-64 to Calabasas. But they had an awesome season, finishing 21-9 on the year. So congrats to Coach Rivera and the whole squad for a very solid season. Girls soccer, perennially a tough out in the playoffs, and we certainly were a tough out last Wednesday at Los Osos, tied 2-2 after overtime. We lost in PKs to Los Osos, finished the season 15-5-4 on the year. Another solid season for Coach Nicole and Coach Chrissy, league champs, second round of the playoffs. And then girls water polo, semifinals for the first time in school history, three straight league championships. Played Oxnard down at the Woolett Center in Irvine. Gave a great effort. Oxnard got out to an early lead, and we just couldn't quite overcome and come back in that match. We lost 16-12, but the girls finished 19-8 on the year. Very solid season, and they'll look back and be very proud, as we will be, for our girls water polo season this year. Yeah. Then there's wrestling.
Sorry, you and I went to both those, the girls basketball and the water polo match. And man, they were both super exciting. They were both great games. The girls played their hearts out. Coaches worked extremely hard to get them there. Parents were there to support. It was just an all-around great atmosphere for our kids. Just didn't turn out the way we wanted, but so proud of what they did.
Certainly very proud of our squads. And then we still got wrestlers going. Last week was the boys masters and girls masters meet. We had 6 boys in the masters, but none of them got out of the first round or the first day of masters. Extremely difficult task to make it to state. Under Coach Lundberg, we've had 3 boys make it to state. You remember back, Paul Yu made it 3 times in a row, which is very, very impressive. And before Coach Lundberg, there was only one boys CIF state wrestler. You got to go all the way back to David Wheeler. 1995, I think, was our only state wrestler until Coach Lundberg got here. And now he's had 3 boys, and now we've had 7 girls make it to state, with 2 qualifying this year, Emarie Bolosan and Vida Beckel at 106 pounds, 160 pounder to make it. So we're excited for them to head up to Bakersfield and perform and hopefully show well for our girls program and for Cypress High School. So best of luck to those girls headed up for this weekend. Then our spring sports. Baseball, after starting off 2-0, lost 2 last week. Close one to San Juan Hills, 2-0. And then Saturday night, they took on Mater Dei, lost in 10 innings, a heartbreaker, 5-4 on a walk-off at Mater Dei. This week, team gets an opportunity to play 3 teams from out of state, playing Marcus, Texas, from Flower Mound, Texas on Thursday, Corona del Sol from Arizona on Friday, and then South Lake Carroll from Texas, the number 10 team in the country. We get to play them on Saturday down at J. Sarah. Softball team made it to the semifinals of their own Cypress tournament, but on Saturday we lost 2 close games to local rivals. Lost to Los Alamitos 3-2 in the international tiebreaker, and then we had to come right back and play Kennedy immediately following our game, and we lost 2-0. Girls bounced back yesterday, though. On Tuesday, beat Cal High. Vise Zarati threw a 1-hitter, beat Cal High 2-0. Great performance by Vise, and girls continue on this year. Boys tennis, 2-1 on the year. Played Edison yesterday. Took the loss against Edison. We still got Milliken and El Dorado this week. Coach Paul always stacks his non-league schedule, his preseason, with some tough teams. Very consistent in the teams we play and our performance. Get our guys ready for league and for CIF throughout the year. Our track teams opens up this week. Every year, Coach Iman, very traditionalist in his approach. takes on Mater Dei and Edison down at Mater Dei, a tri-meet Mater Dei's facility. So he loves going there. He's been doing it now for, probably 25 years. And we continue that this year. We got 140, 150 athletes in our track program, full squad, and hopefully we'll show well in our track season. Swim team opens up on Thursday against Buena Park. We got a full squad on swim too, 65 boys and girls ready to perform in our first swim meet. And then, of course, cheer nationals, our CIF cheer championship team going off to Anaheim Convention Center for the USA Nationals. So best of luck to our competition squads performing this weekend at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Well, good stuff. We should really start getting going into spring sports. But before we jump forward into the spring, let's welcome our two state wrestlers, Vida Beckel and Emarie Bolosan, to the program. Thanks for being here, ladies. Vida, you had a great CIF finals, not only being the champ and being named outstanding wrestler. How was that experience for you?
That experience was very nice. Didn't feel, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't feel like a lot. It just felt great. So I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah.
Well, Vida, I mean, you're a CIF champ now. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, it just felt like every other tournament. So.
Okay, then you got lots of experience wrestling, and then you advanced to Masters last week. And as you went through Masters, you had to come back after a loss in what you guys call wrestlebacks. Can you explain what that means and the process for advancing from there?
After I lost, I had to go into consolations, and I had to add blood rounds. So that match determined if I went to state or not. And I had to wrestle a girl I've wrestled before at the Ontario invite, which I beat her there and at Masters to go to state.
So that match pretty much got you immediately into the state rounds, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. And then are you familiar with other people in those state rounds? Like, do you know some of the other wrestlers that'll be up there?
Oh yeah, I know all the girls in my bracket from the southern section. I've never met anyone out of the southern section in wrestling, but yeah.
All right. Well, you got a tough draw. You're taking on the #1 seed. Do you know anything about that specific opponent? And is there any strategy you have going into that match?
No strategy. I just know her standings and her rankings. I know that she placed her freshman year. I believe it was 6th or 4th at state her freshman year. So I know that she's ready to take it all this year because it's her senior or junior year, I believe. And yeah, there's no strategy really. It's just to be ready right as the ref blows the whistle.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Vida. We wish you all the best as you head up to state in Bakersfield. I think you guys leave this afternoon, and hopefully you guys have a great experience up there and upset that #1 seed. Emarie, let's turn over to you. Great job so far this year. You made the semifinals at the Masters tournament. That's quite an accomplishment in itself. How's that experience going to help you as you head into state, getting so deep into the Masters rounds?
Well, it was a good experience. The girl I had really rammed me. She's good with her stuff.
Well, Emarie, it's always different when when high school athletes have to travel, right? We're not used to traveling long distances. Yeah. It kind of takes you out of your normal routine for a match. So with traveling and not sleeping at your house, how will you try to make it as normal as possible tomorrow?
Well, it's good because I have my family that's going with me. So. And then Vida and Satira are coming. Even though she's not wrestling, she's supporting us. And yeah.
Well, good. So you'll have some people around you that can give you that kind of comfort of almost being at home, even though we're heading on the road. And then is there anything you do pre-match? Is there a special food you're going to eat or anything like that?
I'm always cutting weight, so I'm usually eating just 3 eggs and fruits. That's all I eat every day.
Getting to state is a huge accomplishment, especially this year as the rounds to state have equaled the boys rounds of CIF and then masters and then to state. So huge accomplishment. Congrats to both of you. Now you go and you take on the best in the state finals, and California is obviously a huge state. There's a lot of great wrestlers there, including you two. Vida said her strategy doesn't change, but Emarie, does your strategy change? Or are you going to go out there and try to use your fitness and stamina to get points to win, or are we going straight for the pin?
I don't pin girls. I win by points because they're fast at my weight.
So we're sticking with our same strategy. Probably not a good time to change it up then, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have no doubt you'll outlast your opponents. We look forward to seeing how you guys do in the next few days, and hopefully you guys will come back with some state championships for us here. Well, right now we also have a couple of rapid fire questions for you guys. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Now I hope we get a little more out of you guys. We gotta get fired up here. We got stuff going on. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds fired up. All right, here we go. What's something that wrestlers do that they think kind of makes them look cool, but they actually look ridiculous?
Jumping and slapping themselves before the match.
Yeah, when they go put on their anklet and they have their coach slap them in the head, slap their headgear or slap their back. Yeah.
I would agree with that one. That's a great one. All right, more important, lifting weights or running a bunch of miles?
Running.
Lifting.
Have you guys ever heard of Emily Dole, better known as Mount Fiji?
No.
No.
You guys should look her up. She's actually, I didn't think you would have heard of her, but she was a Cypress High School alumni who actually was in like the World Wrestling Federation. She was like this big, strong woman who started actually really bringing some popularity to, professional type wrestling. But I thought I'd throw that out there. Describe each other in one word.
Furry.
Emo.
What's something interesting that we would never guess about you?
I'm just very talented. So
I'm 6'1".
no, she's 5'12".
Yeah.
Perfect. If you were a food item, what would you be and why?
I'd be birria tacos because those are so good.
I have no idea. Maybe like a mango.
A mango. Any reason why?
I just like them.
Perfect. Well, hey, thanks to you guys for being here today. I know you guys got a long trip ahead of you. We wish you the best of luck in the state finals and everything you got going on in the next few days.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll be back next week with more athlete and coach interviews. Don't forget to share us on social media. Support the athletes, support the coaches. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.